All right, my event number 4 is the Gasparilla Music Festival. This happens to be a 3-day festival. It was on a Friday, no, it's a 2-day festival, sorry. It was on a Saturday and Sunday. I believe tickets were selling for $40. The law office I actually work for sponsored the event, so I got to go for free, so I'm not exactly sure how ticket pricing was working out for that event. This too was at Curtis Hickson Park, as I explained in the video before this one. I love Curtis Hickson Park as a venue. It's really open, it's outside, it has a great place for the bathrooms. They actually opened it up a little more, so it's gated. They did take your ticket when you walked in. It wasn't 21 and up, it was open to the public, so different families were there. They did have a tent right when you walked into the left. If you were 21 or older, they would check your ID, give you a drinking ban, so that when you did order beer, you could just grab a beer if you had your band on. That was a really smart idea. Right when you walked in, like I said, was the tent to the left, which they were checking IDs at. And then if you kept going left, it was a bunch of food tents all along the back fence. So they had all different varieties of food, from mojo pork to jalapeno macaroni and cheese, barbecue. I believe one tent had burgers. They were all local food vendors, which I thought was really cool to bring in local food, to get the community involved in that. The whole field in the front when you first walked in was all empty, so it allowed people to lay out chairs and beach towels and blankets and sit down, and there was a huge stage that people were playing at. So there was 3 different stages. There was the huge main stage. Then when you went to the left and walked over the stairs, on the other side, they had it opened up too. So again, on the left-hand side was more food tents. And then there were 2 stages. They were kind of close to each other, which really I don't think was that great of an idea, but different sets played at different times. So if you wanted to watch one set, you could, and then go to the other one after that. There were porta potties at this event. Like I said, I've stated before, I don't like porta potties. I don't think they're sanitary. But these porta potties did have hand sanitizer in them, which was a really awesome idea. I've never really seen that before. They also had mirrors in them, mirrors in the door. So if you wanted to fix your makeup or look at your face or something. Those were off to the side by the main stage, and they also had a couple more where the other stages were, but not as many as that were by the main stage. The crowd was a pretty mixed crowd. It was adults, kids, middle-aged people, older people. The bands were all different. They had reggae bands, rock bands, indie bands. There was a lot of different ones. They had a jazz one, blues one. It just depended on what stage you wanted to watch the people at. As I stated before, Curtis Hickson is a gated park, which is a good risk management factor, keeping people that don't have tickets out. You could purchase the tickets in advance. There were a couple people selling them outside of the event. You couldn't buy, I don't believe they were selling tickets at the event. And what else was there? Other than that, it was basically, there were only a couple of selections of beers. It was Sam Adams and one other beer company. I think they could have had a better variety on that. Not a lot of people drink beer. They did have a liquor tent, but it was only Tito's vodka. A lot of people don't drink vodka. So they didn't really have much of an alcohol selection. I mean, it was good for not having a heavily amount of intoxicated people. They did also, I liked that they had a lot of different food vendors. There were a lot of different options to choose from. That helps when you have kids, because they are very picky eaters. as well as adults that want to try new things from local restaurants in their community. So that was good. What else did they have? The food, the beer, Gasparilla. I mean, the music was all different. So, like I said, very different crowds. I only went on Saturday's event. I did not attend Sunday's event because I went to California the next day. They also, when you walked in, they gave you an armband. And when they took your ticket, you had an armband. And if you had a 2-day pass, you could use that same armband to get in the next day. I thought that was smart, but in a way not smart, because if you were attending it the next day, you couldn't take the band off. It wasn't one that you could release and take off. So you had to kind of like shower with it on, make sure it didn't fall off. I didn't really like that aspect of it. No souvenir things that really came with the ticket besides the band around your arm. And yeah, so that was the Gasparilla Music Festival. All in all, it was a really great event. They too also had water places set up. They had different drink selections. They had bottles of water, and then they had boxes of water. So it was like a milk carton instead of a plastic thing, instead of a plastic bottle. They were selling those too to like promote people like not recycling and plastic not being recycled. That was cool. I tried one of the boxes of water. It still didn't taste that great. It tasted like boxed milk from kindergarten. But they did have plastic bottles of water available too. But yeah, so that was Gasparilla Music Festival. Thank you.